In this exercise, we are going to discover a new type of light, which is spotlight, and we will create this animation. I'll go to After Effects, new composition. I'm gonna set the duration to 8 seconds. Click on OK. Right click here, import file. I go to exercise 44 and select the two elements. Click on import. First thing I'm gonna do, select the paper video, drag and drop. Now we have the animated paper video. Next, select the logo and drag and drop here. I'm gonna move it, press Ctrl and make it snap in the middle, just like this. Now I'm gonna make these two layers 3D. I activate 3D from here. Now both of them are 3D. I go to view, I'm gonna select two views. I'm gonna select the paper video and take it to the back like this. I move it on the Z axis and I'm gonna select the logo. I'm gonna move it to the back as well, but I'm gonna leave some space between the logo and the paper video. I select the paper video, I press S to bring the scale, and I'm gonna scale it up. I'm gonna set this to 120. Gonna make it a little bit bigger than 120. I need it to be bigger than the composition like this. I don't want any black areas. And the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a light. I'm gonna right click here, new light. This time I'm gonna choose light type spot, color white, intensity 100%, cone angle I'm gonna choose 70%, cone feather 50%, and make sure casts shadows is activated, is checked here, and then click on OK. And now we have this new light source, spotlight 1. We can move it using the gizmo, of course, just like any other 3D object. And like this, I'm gonna move it right here. I'm gonna place it in the corner right here. And what makes this type of light special, what makes the spotlight special, is that it does have a point of interest. This is the point of interest I'm talking about. I can click it and I can move it and I can direct the light whatever I want, like this. I can do it here from this view or from this view and focus on any object I want, lighten any object I want. I'm gonna keep the point of interest right here. Gonna move it a little bit here, make sure it's exactly, it hits the middle of the logo like this. This is what I want. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I want a shadow, the shadow of the logo to be shown on the paper video, but right now we don't see any shadow. I'm gonna fix this by selecting the logo layer. I'm gonna toggle this down. I go to material options. Here we have casts shadows off. I'm gonna turn this on. I click and now we see the shadow on the paper video. This is exactly what we wanted. And another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come here, accepts lights is set to on. I'm gonna turn this off. And now the logo is unaffected by the light. I'm gonna select the light one more time. I can select it from here or I can select it from here. And I'm gonna take this up, take the light source up and put the point of interest down like this. Focus on the logo like this. And one more thing I'm gonna add another light source, another light. Right click, new light, but this time I'm gonna choose light type ambient, color white, and intensity I'm gonna make it very soft, 30% like this, and click on OK. And now you notice the dark areas are not very dark now, are a little bit lighter, especially the shadows here. This is with the ambient light and this is without. I think this looks better. And now I'm gonna animate the logo. I'm gonna go to 4 seconds, select the logo, press P to bring the position. I click on the stopwatch. Now I'm gonna go back to 1 second and I'm gonna move the logo to the left until it's completely hidden. Now we have this animation. And you see how the shadow makes the animation much better. I'm gonna select both these keyframes, F9 to easy ease. I'll go to graph editor. I'm gonna click on this point. I'm gonna take this handle and drag it all the way to the left. And now we get this smooth animation. I'm gonna leave the graph editor. Put the playhead at 5 seconds. And I'm gonna create a new keyframe here. Click. And after 2 seconds, at 7 seconds, I'm gonna make the logo disappear. I'm gonna take it from the middle to the right, like this. I move it on the X axis like this until it leaves the composition. And now if we play, stays 1 second and then disappears. This is exactly what I wanted. I'm gonna select these 2 keyframes, press Ctrl and click. I don't want easy ease here. I want normal keyframes. Okay, now I'm gonna animate the light source. I'm gonna make it follow the logo as it leaves. I'm gonna place the playhead at 5 seconds. Open the Spotlight 1 layer. Toggle this down. I'll go to transform, toggle this down. I'm gonna click on the stopwatch of the position and the stopwatch of the point of interest also, like this. I'm gonna move 2 seconds at 7 seconds. And I'm gonna take the light from here to here. I'll move it on the X axis like this. And I'm gonna take the point of interest from here to here. Put it in the direction of the logo like this. And now, if I move the playhead, you see how the light is moving and also the point of interest. I'm gonna play. See how it affects the logo and the shadow. It follows the logo like this. And now I'm gonna play the entire animation. I'm gonna go back to one view. I'm gonna set this to fit. The exercise now is finished. You go do the same and don't forget to save.